that, we get you a slice of the conversation we had with the management of Thermax, which has in fact reported a very strong quarter. Here's what the management had to say.
Overall, from a large projects basis, we have said that for some time, that after the refining and petrochemical, little bit of a down movement this year, we haven't had as much of an opportunity set of large projects. And that, as we look towards the future, is starting to build up again. And we can talk about that as a separate note. I think this one part was not really in our control. What was in our control and we did not do as well was we've been talking about a theme of consistent profitability improvement. And we are delivering that in two big parts of our businesses. The industrial products, which is continuously building both in terms of volume and in terms of profitability, and continues to go from strength to strength. And even in our chemicals business, we have talked about a similar ramp up. The profitability bit ramp up is showing. I expect the volume numbers to start showing up very well as well. On the project side of our business, which has always had a little bit of this up and down, on our project execution, we did not do as good a job as I would have liked. And so on one big project, we have had to take a bit of a hit, which has pulled the overall profitability of Thermax down. Finally, on green solutions, the numbers were as expected. There was a little bit of a weather-related issue in relating from the floods in Chennai. But overall, a quarter where I thought on the project side we could have done better. And I continue to look for quarters where on the orders side, we do much, much better. So those would be the two asks. But otherwise, in general, the theme around consistent volume, consistent profitability growth, that continues.
Let me kind of ask you a few follow-ups on that, Ashish. On the project side, I heard this execution miss, if you will. Could it be a one-quarter phenomenon, or due to various reasons beyond and within your control but not able to execute types, that it may be a recurring phenomenon? I'm just trying to understand.
So it has been a recurring phenomena. Yeah, it is something where if you take a look, see, Thermax has a history of doing projects where we are very, very tight in our payment terms. We run our cash flows on projects extremely well. Even in the most toughest of years, our projects business has been a business that churns out cash. And that is no different right now. Yeah, our entire projects business runs on negative working capital. It's a very well, tightly managed ship. Where we have had issues is relating to profitability. And historically, the profitability of this business has been in this 3 to 5% range. And we've been trying to and committing that we want to get this north of 5%. And that some quarters we are doing a good job and some quarters we are not, where a particular project we could have a surprise on. But in general, there are two things we are working on. One, saying no to projects where we think the project doesn't fit what we think is good profitable intake for us. Some of it is also reflecting in lower orders that we are seeing on projects. The second bit is doing more and more projects where it is not just EPC, it is EPC plus core technology that we can provide. Yeah, and so as we are starting to move the business in that direction, there will be some areas where we will have surprises. But the long-term path of our projects business is to work more and more in areas where we can do EPC, but with core technology that comes from Thermax. And historically also, the reason we did power very well was that the core technology of boilers was the anchor that came about in this EPC business. So that theme is what we want to continue to build upon.